The Starling is the new Netflix movie starring Melissa McCarthy. Now, I'm not saying that you are dumb for liking this movie. However, what I am saying is that if you are dumb, you probably will like this movie. I was lucky enough to see this film early, and I'm going to give you my thoughts right now. Hey everybody, my name is Brandon, aka the BrandoCritic. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out the channel. And don't forget about that bell notification button so you don't miss a single movie review, hangout live stream where we talk about movies, or movie reaction. And don't forget to check out my partners at Movie Scene Canada as well. Their link will be in the video description box below. But today, I'm going to give you my honest, no BS review for The Starling and tell you if it's worth a watch. So, we have The Starling, directed by Theodore Melfi, and you know him from St. Vincent and Hidden Figures. And of course, it stars Melissa McCarthy, Chris O'Dowd, and Kevin Kline. And it's about a couple who is dealing with the loss of their young, innocent baby. And because of this, the husband checks himself into a psychiatric ward, and the wife has to learn how to love and live again. And the help comes in this little tiny bird, the Starling. So is this movie worth a watch? No. Simply put, no. And I'll be honest, this movie wasn't terrible. Like, it's not a bad film, but it's not a really good film either. And I gotta explain my dumb comment, okay? So you know those films like A Dog's Purpose or A Dog's Way Home, right? And when you hear people say that they love those movies, it's normally like, oh my god, I just loved A Dog's Way Home because when that dog found its way home, it was just so emotional for me. I mean, that dog was just so cute. I just love movies that just move me emotionally, and I just love it so much. You know what I mean? Like, I'll bring it back. But, you know, movies like that, right? Where they really have to ham fist those emotional moments and just really tug at your heartstrings at every single chance that they can take. If you like those movies, then this movie's for you. Like, this movie opens with a very long shot of a tiny CGI starling, you know, flying through the town, and you have the whimsical music, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, this film is just so desperately trying to be Forrest Gump. And honestly, that's the best word I can describe this movie as. Desperate. Every couple of minutes, there seems to be another montage with this really sappy soft rock song, sappy pop song, and I'm like, yep, they are really trying to force home the emotions that they want you to feel. And the Starling of the movie is really a metaphor, and really everything in this movie is a metaphor, but it's so on the nose, right? Even Melissa McCarthy in the movie was talking about the bird, and she's going to Kevin Kline saying, yeah, that's subtle, right? Like, the movie even knows, right? Like, they're talking about how the starlings always do everything together. They build their nest together. They raise their little birdies together, right? They go through thick and thin together. Okay, yes, this couple is apart because of a tragedy. Like, it is so obvious. And again, it's not bad, right? This isn't a terrible movie by any means, but it's just so cheesy, so forced, so cheap, and very on the nose. And if you're dumb, right? Like, if you need things explained to you all the time, going like, oh, there's some sad piano music on there, I should feel sad, then this is the film for you. And again, guys, if you like this movie, I'm not calling you dumb. I'm just saying that, you know, people who need things explained to them, or people who, you know, are pretty unintelligent when it comes to emotional intelligence, then this is the movie for them. And it's a shame, because I think there's a good story in here with some good messages about, you know, grief and how it can tear people apart, and how quitting is the easy thing to do, but it might be a selfish thing to do, and it really affects the people around you. And I think the best message of this movie that they, you know, didn't really hammer home, I don't think, enough, is that when bad things happen for no reason, right? Like the death of a family member from some disease that you had no control over, what we tend to do is blame ourselves. And that really does not do anyone any favors. And it's not fair to you. And I think those are great messages for a movie to tackle. But in this movie, none of them felt earned. The only saving grace of this movie are the performances. I think the performances are actually quite good. Melissa McCarthy and Chris O'Dowd have charisma and screen presence, and I think they did a great job with the material that they were given, and they really give this film credibility. They saved the film. But, like, let's be honest, guys, if this film had, like, bad soap opera acting, or even worse, porn acting, that's a joke, folks, then this film would be a complete disaster, because then you would really feel the messages being just forced down your throat. Like, this movie feels like the director is, you know, trying to say a message, but instead of saying it in an unsubtle way, in a cinematic way, it's like, all right, audience, open your mouth. Here comes the spoonful of vegetables, right? it doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel earned. It just feels very cheap and obvious. So I'm gonna give this movie a 2 out of 5. Again, I didn't hate this movie, right? Like I said, the performances really saved it, and I think that this movie has some good messages to say, but just the way that it was presented to us was so unearned. It was, like I said, being spoon-fed, right? So if you like being spoon-fed, then this is a good movie for you. But if you are, a cinephile who can catch on to the little metaphors that are not so subtle, then perhaps you'd stay away from this one. I think that there are other more cinematic, more smart movies you can watch. But again, guys, what did you think of The Starling? If you really liked it, again, I'm not saying that you're dumb. Let me know why you loved it down in the comment section down below. Again, I read and react to every single comment. I love the interactions that we have down there. So again, guys, let me know. And again, make sure you hit like and subscribe. I really do appreciate all the support. And remember, that like button really helps the channel grow. So thank you guys so much in advance. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.